Okay folks, Bob here at Bob's Classic Cars and Parts. Finally getting around to working on this engine again. This is the 383 tall deck golden line engine that I bought last winter. Man, I've had this thing a year now, and it's been sitting out here covered up, and I can't get this torque converter off. I got the bolts loose, as you can see right there, but the torque converter will not pull off the studs. Studs will come with the torque converter. It's an 8-bolt crank on these. It's a 59, and they had an 8-bolt crank, and studs are mounted onto the converter. So I'm gonna get a torch and see if I can heat it up a little bit. I've got a brass mallet and a pry bar, and let's see if we can't get this thing to budge a little bit. Folks, let's see what happens. I don't know if that was enough to make any difference, but okay guys, that torch does not get it hot enough to do any good. That's the only torch I got, a little handheld bottle torch. And I can see it darken the threads up a little bit, but nothing really to, I don't sit there and go through 3 bottles of propane. So what I think I may do is try to soak those things down in some kind of a penetrant, liquid wrench maybe. It seems to be kind of oily, it might seep in there. Maybe some cold shot. And just keep spraying it from time to time. And if you look down inside the converter, way down in there, it's solid. I may be able to put a bushing down through the center and take a claw puller and hook to it and drive against that bushing, I believe, down in there. I believe that's the case. I don't think I'm pulling against the converter itself. I could be though. I think I'm pulling against the crankshaft, on the back of the crankshaft. That's what I think. So see if we can pull it off and just keep soaking it with some penetrant. That's my next idea. Okay, here's my available selection of penetrants. The good old Dollar General stuff. It's used just for normal things around the house and around the shop. And of course, they got freeze off, which is, I've used that successfully on rusty bolts on bumpers on some of these old cars. And of course, liquid wrench is pretty good. PB blaster is good. It's a little on the oily side. That could probably help. The old standby WD-40 that works really well, but I don't think in this case it's the prime thing to use. I think I'm gonna go with this Seafoam Deep Creep. I'm gonna spray some of that on there. I don't have a whole lot of it. Actually, that's about 2/3 of the can there. So yeah, let's try that. And I don't know if that's the right thing for this application. If it's not, we'll shoot this on there a few days, and then we'll try the freeze off, and I'll see if I can borrow my neighbor's puller. All right guys, so I soaked it down pretty good with the Deep Creep. Let's see if we can blow you up. There you go. Focus. There we go. So she's pretty wet, got it really dripping down. We'll do that, let it soak in for a day or two, heat it some more. And this is the engine I'm thinking about using on the dragster, the slingshot dragster. If I can find some kind of a Hilburn injection system or something along those lines, I may settle for a stock style or old Offenhauser dual quad, because this is a tall deck. They made these 383 tall decks for 2 years only, 59 and 60. And they were called Golden Line engines. So it's kind of a special engine. And all that car is ever going to be is a Cackle Fest car. It's never going to be raced or anything. So, and it would be period correct, kinda. So close enough. So this, nevertheless, I need to get this off so I can get this engine because it's locked up and see if we can get it freed up. And another interesting thing about this, not only does it have the 8 bolts or the 8 nuts that hold the torque converter onto the crankshaft, as you can see, it just bolts directly to the flange. There's no flex plate. It eliminates the flex plate, this design did. And you know, the newer Chryslers, 64, maybe 65 on up, had the you know, had 4 flex plate bolts bolted on, and worked pretty good. But this eliminates the flex plate, so you ain't got to worry about that exploding on you. Look in there. It's off. Okay guys, so here's what I did. After I sprayed it down, I was letting it soak, and got on the internet and just did a Google how to remove a torque converter on a 59 Chrysler Big Block. And was not a whole lot of information. Finally found a guy with a 301 Hemi automatic transmission car, 55, and he was having problems. And some commenters were helping him out. One guy said after you get the nuts off, the thing is on really tight and you got to pry it off. And I got to thinking, okay, let me get a couple of pry bars. I couldn't come up with 2 equal length pry bars, so I happened to have this pipe, and I stuck that pipe in there and I saw it move, so I went and grabbed the camera and set the camera up so you guys could watch it the rest of the way. But yeah, it came on off. Like I said, hit it with the torch a little bit, tapped on it with that brass mallet, sprayed it with that seafoam stuff. You saw it, daggone it, I forgot what, I'm going brain dead. And it just popped off just as easy. So yeah, I am thrilled. So I'm gonna put the nuts back on. I don't think I've hurt the converter. I can hang on to it. And now we can start do something with this engine, see if we can't get it apart, and we'll do that in a different video. And I've got the camera all screwed up. I'm sorry guys, and I can't get up. Oh Lord. Sucks getting old. So yeah, there you go. So folks, I hope you guys learned something from that. It really helps me, motivate me when I can do something out here in the shop. Let me turn you around. I'm just a ham and egg right here working on this stuff in the shop in my backyard. When I can do something that helps you guys learn something, if you ever run into this, you saw what I did and how it comes apart. It will come apart. I really think that seafoam stuff I put on there did a lot, because it's 45, 50 degrees there. It's not really warm and it's raining. So I hope I helped you guys. I hope that was something that can be helpful to somebody in the future. So folks, please hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. That really helps the algorithm. Share this video with your friends who are working on these older 50s model Chryslers and early 60s, Mopars, Dodges, DeSotos, that kind of thing, Plymouths. And really helps the channel out. I'm out here trying to do this stuff and do the best I can with what I've got, the knowledge that I've got. Not a professional mechanic by any means. So I got a lot of subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. We're closing in on 5,000, which is amazing for a little channel like mine. So I really appreciate all of you guys. So if you could, we got a lot of content on the channel. Scroll down, look at some other videos, watch those, and hit the thumbs up on those too. The thumbs up on those too. I'm talking too fast. And man, I'm just thrilled. Smiling just like I won a round in bracket racing. I'm just so happy. So folks, I appreciate it. Take care. Bob out.